And look, it's all starting to make sense now. If you are a black politician, at some point in your career, they need you to bow down and kiss the ring. They need to break you down, just like they break horses. They need to break you. They need to have you compromised. And we can even see that with the DA in New Orleans, Jason Williams. They broke him down. He bowed down and kissed the ring because he didn't want to go to jail. And we can also see that with the New York Attorney General, Letitia James. She bowed down and kissed the ring. They got her compromised. They broke her down. They want to keep you controlled. They don't want you to fix the issues. But before we get to this story, let's go back to the past so I can show y'all what type of city we are dealing with. The 1919 Bogalusa Louisiana sawmill killings were a result of racial tensions that arose during a labor strike at the Great Southern Lumber Company, the world's largest sawmill at the time. The workers went on strike. The company owners supported a white militia group and brought in black strike breakers to break the strike. 4 Union men were unalived in the Bogalusa sawmill killings. On August 31st, 1919, a mob of about 1,500 people shot an unalived black veteran, Lucius McCarthy, after accusing him of assaulting a white woman. The mob then dragged McCarthy's body through black neighborhoods and burned it in a bonfire. And look, at this time, all over the country in 1919, you had this going on. A lot of rebellions, a lot of fighting back, by our people. And that summer of 1919 was called the Red Summer. So if you go to Louisiana right now, you decide to stop in Bogalusa, Louisiana, talk to the locals, and they'll tell you it still feels like 1919. You still got most of those Caucasian people are racist, and they try to inflict their power on the black community. But let's get right into this story because I want to show y'all how crazy, how wild these and how bold these people really are. This article is from 4WWL Louisiana. The publish was updated at 10:15 p.m. on January the 7th, 2025. Bogalusa Mayor Tyron Trung released from jail. He was elected at 23 years old in 2022. He's now 25 years old. Bogalusa's mayor, Tyron Trung, is out of jail Tuesday night after an early morning arrest. Trung was booked on multiple charges, including drug trafficking and soliciting prostitutes. Officials say this was the result of months-long investigation into an organization that was selling drugs through social media. So look, I did my research because I don't like taking their word for anything. And I saw this. As soon as he got into office, he started firing police officers because he saw they were stealing hours. They was paying themselves more than they should be paid. And then there was a school shooting. So he decided to put lots of security in these schools. And then I saw something that was very important. Instead of worrying about the older people who were still stuck in 1919, he started putting his energy into the kids. He started focusing on the recreation because if the kids don't have nothing to do, of course they're going to get in trouble. And the last thing these racist people want to see is I'm talking about the youngest mayor, of a city in Louisiana come in and really try to change what they want the poverty to happen. They want the crime because all this stuff makes them money. If there's no crime, if there's no poverty, if there's no lack of education, how they go buy their new house? How they go buy their new car? How they go take those lavish vacations they want to take? They need the crime to go up. They don't need you to fix anything. My job as a DA is to prosecute based upon evidence and evidence alone. I don't care who it is. District Attorney Colin Sims said, despite the alleged evidence, the arrest isn't sitting with the community. Now, look, I'm going to say this. If the community is speaking positive of you, you're doing something right because a lot of times you'll see, they bring up a mayor, especially a black mayor, and all the black people be like, man, look, he's bullshit. He's a coon. He's this and that. But these people are speaking about him, on a positive level. And he been the mayor over 2 years. This mayor is trying to straighten things out and make things better, said Bogalusa resident Rebecca Farrell. The crooks don't want him to take over. They want to keep doing what they're doing. They don't like him because he's doing what's right. Another Bogalusa resident, Keith Merrill, says Mayor Trung is being singled out. They didn't like him exposing them. So this here is retaliation. I said it and I'll say it again. It's backlash from him standing up for what was right and exposing these good old boys. See, look, when he was elected, just because he was 23 years old, they thought he was a dummy. They thought, okay, we can run over him. Okay, the people came out and voted for who they wanted for, who they wanted to vote for. We can run over him. He's young, he's dumb, he don't know what's going on. But they was wrong. And like I told you, when the people are speaking positive of you, you're doing something right. Because that's one thing the people not gonna do. They not gonna sugarcoat anything. They not go hide. They not go pacify you. So he has to be doing something right. And then about 8 months ago to a year ago, you had somebody online. It was a 51-year-old Caucasian male that threatened him, that threatened to unalive him. If you know anything about Bogalusa, Louisiana, the KKK is strong there. The KKK was strong. It's always been strong there. So they took that seriously. And the 51-year-old Caucasian male got arrested. And then when he got into office, everything was messed up. They wouldn't get no money from the state because they didn't do their audit right. Everything. So he had to come in and fix all of that stuff. And they weren't expecting him to come in and actually fix that stuff. But when it comes to our people, we used to dealing with problems. We used to fixing things. And then you had this Attorney General of Louisiana, Liz Murrow. She's on the news saying, oh, we're so disappointed in him. I'm like, disappointed? He's not even guilty. They didn't even say he's guilty yet. What you mean disappointed? These people do not want you to fix up their community. And this doesn't just happen in Bogalusa, Louisiana. It happens all over America. That's why people say, oh man, the black community, this black. Look, what you want people to do when they try to fix it, they ruin it. When these mayors try to fix things up, the people in power that's going against them, that don't like black people, they ruin it on purpose because they can't have crime going down. They need crime to keep going up because the more crime go up, the more money they make. And see, look, they gotta mess up your reputation. They have to mess up your character. They want people to look at you crazy. So they gotta say you're buying prostitutes. Tell me, especially in Louisiana, especially you from Louisiana, tell me how many dirty cops you have met. That's all they talk about. Those Caucasian cops in Louisiana, that's all they talk about. You don't think they buying cat? You don't think they selling drugs? Come on, man. And I'm going to say this. Just because they don't wear robes don't mean they're not the KKK. Most of those, I'm not going to say all of them, most of those Caucasian cops in Louisiana are a part of the KKK. So this is their way of getting a young black man out of position of power because they don't want him to be reelected again. Because if he's reelected again, he's going to fix the issues. Matter of fact, check this out. The DA said we are going to continue to invest time and resources into helping the citizens of Bogalusa. We are not finished. And I said, okay, if that's true, then why does Louisiana has one of the highest rates of black incarcerated in the U.S.? Black people in Louisiana are incarcerated at the rate of 3.5 times higher than white people. Incarcerated demographic. While black people make up 33% of Louisiana's population, they make up 67% of people in prison. Look, in the correctional field in Louisiana, let me tell you how these people make their money. The more black people go to jail, the more they get paid. They're not trying to fix crime. They're not trying to fix the educational system. They're not trying to fix none of that. They trying to go on vacations. They try to eat their crawfish in peace. They try to have their big house out in the field. That's it. And yeah, they also make money with working people to death, making you work 7 days a week just to afford life. That's how they make their money in Louisiana. And I say, look, you know how Caucasian people, they still have their people back when they commit crimes? I say, look, we have to have our people's back. Even when they saying this and this about them, if we hear the people in the community saying they creating change, we have to have their back because with Caucasian, bro, they can come in and unalive 30 people in the building. The people are still going to send them funds to help them in court. They still going to support them. In America, people always talk about morals. It's no morals in America. They don't want to see our people prosper. So they're going to do everything they can do to keep us down. If you have a mayor, they're going to try to compromise them. Like we said earlier, Jason Williams, the DA, he's compromised. He's not going to do better for New Orleans. He has to stay in office. He has to get rich. And I'm going to say it again. When the people are speaking positive of you, you're doing something right. But in America, they don't want you to do right. They don't get paid from you doing right. They dependent on you to mess up. So now they have to, mess up your character. They trying to mess up his character. And he probably got into office thinking, okay, because he's from Bogalusa, so he probably got into office thinking, okay, I come in, I'll make a change, these people are like me. No, they not gonna like you because they make their money off of black people's pain. They make their money off of poverty. They'll never, they will never accept you. And I'm gonna leave here with this. Like I told y'all, most of those Caucasians in Louisiana, those police officers, those DAs, they are part of the KKK. I'm just telling you, they probably don't wear robes no more. They probably, for the most part, they don't hang people and stuff like that. They still do, but from time to time. But they still are a part of the KKK. So we all have to keep sticking together with our people, no matter what these people say, because they can never be trusted. I'm out.